Willie D Live.
I did my research. We're the chosen. And that's why we're going through so much crap. But now, as a people, we got to get ourselves together so we can recognize who we really are.
Right.
Who we really are. Look where we come from, our ancestors. Do your research. There's no reason for anybody to be dumb anymore. Google.
I spoke to Cat Williams.
Oh, I love Cat.
On the show, and Cat said, they know who you are, but you don't know who you are.
Boom.
They know.
Truth.
That's why they do what they do.
Truth. So what they do is they get us confused.
Get us confused.
Mm-hmm.
Expound.
We don't like each other. It's just, stuff is here. The black man did this. Black man did this. Black women are hard. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's a whirlwind. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and go, am I that? You got to look at yourself.
And if you speak highly of black women, you're a simp.
Yep.
If you speak highly of black men, you're a pick-me.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
What's wrong with saluting your better half?
God.
What's wrong with appreciating that? And we get it, man. We get it. You know, they broke your heart. Somebody broke
your heart.
You know, we get it. You had a bad experience.
Bad experience.
But, you know, the common denominator for all of those relationships is you.
Boom.
And
Number one, the nucleus. It's
always,
you. It's you.
Because Charnele, this is the way I rock, right? If I rock with somebody and they do me dirty, they did me dirty, but I shouldn't have been fucking with them in the first place.
I'm like that too, Willie
So I
D.
put
I'm
it on myself
I'm
at the end of the day.
It's on me.
So it's always on me.
On me too.
So no matter,
me too.
And when I look at the relationships I've had in the past, I've had my heart broken. I've broken some hearts.
Right.
I gotta own my part.
Own
too,
it.
Right.
Yes.
I'm cool with owning my part.
Yes.
And so I see a lot of people that don't make mistakes. There's a lot of people that be talking out here. They don't make mistakes.
Right.
They're perfect.
Yeah.
And it's never their fault.
Never.
They have no accountability whatsoever. So when I hear people talking like that, where they talk like every relationship they've ever had, the other person, it was their fault that it ended. What that tells me is that if I was to start dating this chick and the relationship, that means that I'm responsible for it to go right.
Exactly.
I'm responsible for the relationship being a success.
Yeah.
Me and me only.
Yes.
And if it fails, I'm responsible
taking responsibility
for it to fail. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
That's what I hear when I hear that type of talk.
Yeah.
I'm cool with taking my bitter with my sweet.
Right.
You know,
right.
Because I know that we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
Boom.
And our parents' expectations.
Exactly.
So I'm cool with that. Like I know how to take my bitter with my sweet.
There you go.
Because I done got hit in the head a few times.
A few times. Me too.
I done hit a few in the head myself, you know, so...
I take full responsibility.
I take full responsibility for that. So
yeah,
we've survived and won a lot of wars. One war we cannot win is a gender war.
Yep.
That it's impossible.
Impossible
to win that.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, how do you think that? Okay, I'll put myself in the shoes of one of them type of dudes.
Okay.
How do I think that broad stroking women, or specifically black women, to paint as a villain, there you go, them black women, how do I justify loving them, but every day I wake up, I'm in attack mode? All I do is disparage them.
Right.
All I do is highlight their shortcomings.
Right.
All I do is demean them. This is what I do. But I call myself loving the black woman.
Right. I think it stems
Imagine if you had a child and you talked that way to your child, the way that you talk to these black women or these black men. You talk to your child. You say you love them, right?
Right.
But every day your ass wake up, all you do is chirp.
Yeah. Sure.
and talk down about them and talk down to them. You think that they're gonna somehow know that you love them for real? That's just the way you talk.
Exactly. It's
No.
childhood. How everybody's raised.
So it goes back to what you're saying. A lot of it is just a money grab.
It's a money grab.
A lot of it, once they see, okay, I can get paid like this, and there's a certain group of people want to hear me talk like this,
Right.
and because they're in pain too.
Right.
Let me keep this thing
Keep it
going because this
going.
is how I get my paper.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about. But I have to go back to, as far as black men, I have to say it, man. Growing up, I had aunts, I had uncles, man. They were kings to me. All the men in my life are kings.
Yeah.
I love them. I cherish them. And that's it. You want to call me a pick-me? I'll be proud to be a pick-me. Because I love my black men. Are they perfect? No. Are we perfect? No. No. But the essence of it, I was taught that black men are beautiful. They're beautiful. They're kings. And my parents taught me, my dad taught me to be a queen.
Your parents, are they still here?
No, they passed away.
Were they together when they passed? Were they
Yes.
still together? And how much influence did that have on your current marriage?
A lot. But also, too, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to open up here because I'm not married, but I was married out of high school with my childhood sweetheart, and we were married for 19 years.
Okay.
It was a blessing. This season was up, and that's fine. But
So you got to get them to update that.
okay. Oh yeah.
Because it still saying
says
you're
I'm married.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what's so wonderful about this man is that I took full responsibility because what I did was I took him from his home, and I saw his mom nurture him in a certain way, and so I mimicked it. So I became a mom as opposed to a mate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I realized, I was like, I got to let him go so he can become the man that God wants him to be. If he stayed with me, he would never have done that because I set that up. I take full responsibility for it. So now he's happy, he's remarried, and that does my heart good.
And let's put this out here. Like once y'all got together and you operated the marriage in a certain way that he became accustomed to,
Yeah.
then when you start trying to pull back, that created friction.
Yes,
Because that ain't what he signed up for.
exactly. He didn't
Yeah.
sign up for that.
Right.
I did that.
Right.
I take full. People go, why do you always take? I'm like, take full responsibility, full, because I was just following suit.
Wow. Boy, you gonna have them dudes in the comment like, damn, a woman took accountability. Damn.
There's a lot of us out there, guys. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised. Get off that internet.
There is.
Get off that
But I
internet.
do see a lot of dudes
Oh,
be like, a lot of guys be like, accountability is kryptonite to women. Why? But why is that though? That there is a thing out there where people, men.
Mm-hmm.
We see oftentimes that like men will say, okay, I was wrong, I did this.
Yeah.
But, and this is one of those general things, but
General, that's right.
but a lot of times, I ain't gonna say all, but definitely not all, but a lot of times it is difficult
Yeah.
for a woman to take accountability.
Yeah,
for
but
her
also
actions.
it's like who are you picking?
Yeah.
That's what baffles me. I'm like, who are you picking? Where's your discernment?
Yeah.
Don't you want to go home and have peace? Don't you want to go home and have peace? Don't you want to have somebody that is supportive of you and enhance you and not
Right.
run you? Don't you want that? So why would you
Yeah.
pick someone that is the opposite of that?
And
Because
that's
they telling
that's
themselves-
what it boils down to.
Yeah.
So what we do is we pick these certain people based on what we want, not what we need.
Exactly.
And then when it don't work out, we
She's
blame
bad.
them.
There you go.
And you know what? You're right, because when I look back at almost every girl that I've been with, especially the serious. Let me get to the serious ones.
Okay, yeah.
The serious girls, girlfriends that I've had, the serious ones, the relationships,
Yeah.
all good women. Didn't work out with me.
But good women.
Good women.
Yeah.
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 Good women.
And what's wrong with that? They think because you split, you're supposed to be angry at each other.
Yeah.
Because I really believe that if you go in a relationship and you're best friends,
Yeah.
and something happens and you fall apart, you're friends first. So you're not going to hurt your friend.
How does that go when you enter into a new relationship and you have a friend that you used to date and y'all been friends for 20 years?
Yeah.
How does that work out?
See, that's interesting you say that, because with my ex, I would never bring him into that because it's done. But let's get on the object of having male friends. They stay because they're my friends. That's where the trust comes in with the male. You got to trust me. Well, I trust you, but I don't trust them. But you got to trust me because I trust them. And when we come in, if you have friends that are women, I welcome them because they are your friends. And I want to be a part of their lives too, because vice versa. A lot of men can't get that. They don't understand that. But women can't be friends with men. Are you crazy?
So
I just don't get that.
is it important to have full transparency? Or, and this is what I mean, there are women who have dated guys who are no longer with those guys and they got a new guy.
Yeah.
But they introduced this guy as their friend, but they won't tell them the other half.
So you got to be transparent. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let them know and then decide in the beginning.
Let that person decide.
Let him decide.
Yeah.
Whether it's okay, and let him meet him.
Okay, so if you have a friend, let's say this is a friend, this is a friend.
Just a friend.
This is an ex. That is a friend. Y'all
Gotcha.
been friends for 20-some years.
Gotcha.
Been through you with everything. Went
Gotcha.
to your mama funeral and everything.
Right. Okay.
Okay? That friend.
Right.
Was there for you. When y'all cut it off, y'all cut it off.
Yeah.
Now it's here, people say, well, you can't be emotionally involved. Well, that is emotionally involved.
That's emotionally involved.
Okay, so this is a friend who you can call, who you share ideas with.
Yeah.
You talk about your ups, your downs,
Right.
your successes, your failures.
That's
You talk
sticky,
about,
right?
give you business advice and vice versa. This is a 20-year-old
Yeah.
relationship. Y'all friends for 20 years.
Yeah.
You meet somebody new.
Yeah.
Do you cut that person off? That person that you've been knowing for 20 years, do you cut them off to make the person that you just met for 6 months?
Yeah. I wouldn't cut him off, but I would have boundaries.
Boundaries, exactly. You got to have boundaries.
Yeah.
But what are those boundaries?
That what we shared before as in a relationship, you can't have that now, which will be hard.
Specifically, what can you not share now that you don't have that you got to cut off?
Yeah,
from the friendship?
my thoughts, my love, my attention, my priorities, because he wouldn't be a priority anymore. The person I'm with would be a priority.
Okay, I got the priority part.
Yeah.
I got the priority part.
Yeah.
But what about the part just calling, checking up on each other? He can't check up on you anymore?
That's God, really, dude. That's interesting, because I think it all depends on the situation, the person. Because let's get scenarios. You have one scenario where the woman's very fond of him and she finds someone and she's latching on to him. That's not good.
No, that's not good at all. No.
That's not good. Then you have another scenario where, they're friends and everything, 20 years and stuff like that, and she meets someone. That man, that ex, if they're still friends, should be happy for her.
Right.
And then they should, how can I put it? She should incorporate him and make the person she's with comfortable with him. If that doesn't happen and not comfortable, you're going to have to let that go.
She's going to let the 20-year guy go?
If that's because you don't want any problems. Because if that's the case, stay with him.
But she's not with him like that.
But she really is. There's still a connection.
But what if, okay, so everybody messing with everybody nowadays.
Yeah.
So what if she got a 20-year-old friendship that's a female?
Yeah, I know. That's a sticky.
So because
that's sticky.
This is what I'm saying.
Ooh, that's sticky.
Remember when when I was little, I don't know if this got up to the East Coast, but when I was little, we used to say, "You my friend to the end, till I die."
Yeah, yeah,
You're a motherfucking lie.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And this is that part where you get to the motherfucking lie, right?
Yeah, that stumped me. I gotta think about that one. That's